What's good, Lifestyle Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, today we're gonna be taking a little look at a video from BGS Itmore. And do keep in mind, in order to keep from getting the copyright strike on this channel, I have to interrupt and interject my opinions. And I have to also interject periodically so that it doesn't seem like I'm just recording it and reposting the video. Also, to the people that have a problem with me talking in my videos, whenever you make a channel, please allow me to actually go to your channel and review your own content, so I can comment on your videos talking about you talk too much. Because I'm starting to get tired of a lot of you people coming on my channel talking about you talk too fucking much. So before we start this video, I will be linking the video in the description down below, so you can go watch the video yourself. So you don't have to listen. So you don't have to listen to my fucking mouth. So let's go ahead and start. Let's get into this, and we're gonna be talking about the tech sector with this one.
This is, gosh, I hate even doing this kind of stuff because it actually detracts from the other stuff I got to do, man. We got so much stuff going on in the world globally. Even though I do try to keep up for my subs about male-female dynamic, which is what the manosphere is about, and sometimes people forget that shit. It's not about STEM or tech, and my thing is, if you're gonna report STEM and tech properly, you're gonna do it properly, and you really want to get into the meat of change. You really want to make things interesting. Okay, because I went to the channels and I looked at what they were doing. And no wonder you get 200 people watching it. But that is not why we're here. This is something I just pulled up within like 5-10 minutes. Just pulled it up. And this is a comparison of how China built itself from virtually nothing to the tech giant of the planet. Bar none. You can't even come close. Now, China does do the three. How do you make money in this business? Be first, be smarter, or cheat. China does all three. So that's part and parcel of why they are where they are. But let's get into the article, right? This is from Channel 12, and this is actually on, I found this actually on LinkedIn for you people that want to go into source material. Okay, I'll get into my rant after I do this. Channel 12, the rise of China's STEM force. And we read the article now. You guys like to read articles. Prepare to be astonished by the extraordinary tale of China's educational and STEM revolution, a story marked by remarkable growth, strategic reforms, and global impact. Okay, from an 80% illiteracy rate at the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949 to possessing the world's largest education system in 2023, China's journey is nothing short of a transformative odyssey. And today we shall study how this has given to a force powering China ahead to leadership stands in every domain. Birth and growth of a giant, 1949 to 1990. Okay, look at that picture, right? This is imagine, probably AI generated picture about how they believe in education, right? In its early years, China focused on combating illiteracy, establishing a nationwide standard language, Mandarin, and introducing the Gaokao, college entrance exam. In the 1950s and 60s saw efforts to align education with the needs of a socialist state. However, it was in 1986, I do believe that was Xi, I can't remember who it was. Xi Jinping. I said Mao Jinping, I think it was. However, it was in 1986 with the implementation of compulsory 9-year education that a foundation for mass education was truly set. Stepping into the global stage, 1990 to 2000. Here's where it gets interesting, right? The government started prioritizing science and technology in education, aiming to build a skilled workforce for its burgeoning industries. By the late 1990s, universities like Tsinghua, Peking, and Shanghai Jiaotong were established hubs for engineering and scientific research. This marked significant advancements. China increased funding for STEM in higher education, recognizing the direct link between scientific education and economic progress. By 2010, the number of STEM graduates in China had surpassed that of the United States, laying a strong foundation for future innovations. By the end of 2014, China had the highest number of students in higher education globally, a testament to its expanding academic infrastructure. You got to remember also China's population is 5 times the United States, so you have to take that with a grain of salt, right? Of course, they're going to have more students in higher education because there's more of them. In 2017, a monumental project began to elevate 42 Chinese higher education institutions to world-class status. That means money. And for this, a massive jump in funding for STEM education was announced. That has unleashed big benefits, the government's push. President Xi Jinping emphasis on building world-class universities and the Education Modernization 2035 plan are driving an unprecedented amount of money into STEM education, a shift towards quality-focused education. China's increasing investment into STEM education is estimated to have surpassed the 300 billion mark in 2023. Got to remember, $300 billion in Chinese money, multiply that by probably 5 or 6, and that is the equivalent of spending like $1 or $2 trillion in the United States. It's a lot of money. With a special focus on nurturing talent from primary levels to postgraduate. The government considers it a strategic priority to target top high school graduates for STEM fields. And this has helped drive an annual production of over 5 million STEM graduates, the highest in the world. The private sector is also chipping in. Tech giants like Tencent, NetEase, Xiaomi, DJI have entered the sector, offering various educational products and solutions. And companies like Alibaba, ByteDance, and Huawei actively collaborate with universities, providing tech research, funding, and practical platforms for innovation. Companies like Semia, Robo dominate the robot education market, while online platforms such as CodeWow and VIP Code lead in children's programming.
Okay, so let me interject right here. So you're hearing how they're basically pushing a lot of their students towards STEM. Now, when it comes to STEM, China, India, Japan, and Russia, I believe, and also uh, also it's another country I can't really put my finger on it. Saudi Arabia, I know it is. A lot of these companies are basically pushing their students into STEM. Now, why is that? STEM is the future. And I don't mean just programming. I mean as far as tech, drone development, military weaponry, military robotics, robotics with civilian use, innovation in the automotive industry, innovation in the tech sector as far as computers and um, quantum computing and all that stuff. All of that is being driven by STEM. Now, if you are somebody my age, you're going to be looking at more of the AI, the what is it? Was it AI, um, VR, hydrogen or EV technology? You're going to be looking at stuff like that. That is why That is where these companies and these government employees in different countries are pushing their kids towards STEM. Now, now let's switch it back to the U.S. In the U.S., they're teaching gender fluidity, gender equality, all of that bullshit. Talking about men and women are equal. You can be any gender that you want to be. You can be trans. You can be gay. You can be lesbian. Basically, teaching lifestyles in school instead of teaching these students to be competitors in the worldwide market. Now, the thing that's going on is this: we have so many kids on TikTok, on IG, rotting their brain away, fucking off, dancing to stupid ass songs on TikTok, and doing all sorts of manner of degeneracy on TikTok. In you have these countries building up their entire young generation to be headhunters in tech. And what I mean by headhunter, I mean by I mean people that will literally take your head off when it comes to talking about technology. That is what this article is talking about. And the thing that surprises me is you still got kids over here talking about I don't want to do nothing with my life. I want to be taken care of. I'm talking specifically to my generation. I'm talking specifically about my generation, Generation Z, and the younger generation. Ask your daughter or your son what's 2 plus 2. If that motherfucker say 22, your fucking school system has failed your kids. You have failed your kids. The reason why I got a problem with this is because our school system has become politicized. Political. That's what it's become. It's become a very political playground for politics and politicians to basically push off an ideal, an ideology onto students. It's become a political ground for the alphabet mafia to come along and tell our students what to think, what to believe. You have teachers that are so left leaning that they teach these students about all of this different gender equality shit. I'm so glad that my class of 2017, specifically in my school, a lot of us ain't thinking like this. But the fact of the matter is that kids that are younger than me are being taught this bullshit in class. It scares me for my own kids when I do have kids. Let's continue.
Huawei actively collaborate with universities providing tech research funding and practical platforms for innovation. Companies like Semia, Robo dominate the robot education market, while online platforms such as Code Wow and VIP Code lead in children's programming. These are all state run. This stuff is state run. Challenges and opportunities. While STEM education has seen growth, it faces challenges in mainstream acceptance within the Chinese education system. The penetration rate of children's coding education in China is just 1% compared to 44% in the United States. This gap represents a significant growth opportunity as programming skills are increasingly recognized as essential in a technology driven world. Government policies, however, are increasingly addressing these gaps. For instance, Xinjiang province has included a Python as an elective in the Gaokao, suggesting a growing recognition of these skills' importance. Comparison with the United States and India. In comparison, the USA and India emphasizes STEM, but with only fewer graduates annually. In 2023, the USA produced about 600,000 STEM graduates, while India produced 2.5 million. half as many as China. In other words, China produces more STEM graduates than India and the United States combined. The two.
So y'all see this graph right here. So this alone is kind of a little bit scary because let me explain something to y'all. My generation is supposed to be the generation that's the most technologically advanced, specifically pertaining to the US. Did you know that a lot of jobs don't even want to hire majority of Gen Z because Gen Z is such a problem? I don't even like being around my own fucking generation. And that's a surprising fact, to be completely honest with you. That is a complete fact. I don't like being around my own fucking generation. I can't stand these people knows more than Generation X or millennials can stand my generation. I see some of the most stupidest shit that a lot of these people do. Okay? And for me to be 25, me saying this bullshit, you know it's a fucking problem. I should be out here literally fucking off talking about I want to be a lazy son bitch. And I'm not talking about the soft guy era. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about my generation as a whole. Both men and both women. Lazy as hell. I cannot stand hearing some of my generation complaining about going to work. I'm sorry. I have a mindset. I gotta get to where I want to be, and I gotta get there through hard fucking work. I can't fuck around and play around and shit. I got shit I want to do in my life. But the fact of the matter is that this graph right here, 600,000 for the U.S., 2.5 million for India. That's literally four. That's almost 4 times. No, almost 5 times as many as in the U.S. And then China is double that of India. So excuse me, but yeah, the U.S. ain't gonna be able to compete with China and India as far as it comes to the technology.
To the two leaders in STEM, right? What's interesting is how the proportion of STEM graduates by domain changes across these three nations. Engineering, I remember saying, that China said it was going to produce 1 million engineers and 1 million programmers. That was their goal every year. When I first heard it, in engineering, China, I think is that per year? This is per year. 1.65 million engineers, which is 35% of the total of the STEM people they put out, right? And this was 2023, I do believe that's what it was. Was it? Yeah. The United States produces 20% of the STEM is in engineering, 120,000. And India, 70% of the STEM are in engineering, which is 1.75 million. Computer science, 20%, right? 940,000. United States, 180,000. India, 250,000. Biological and biomedical sciences, 15%, 705,000. United States, 25%, 150,000. India, 5%, 125,000. Then we get into physical science. Look at this, 470,000 versus 60, 125, right? Mathematics. Got to remember, the United States has a lower population than both of these, right? So you got to take that into account. Mathematics, 235,000. U.S. 30,000. India 50,000, right? Others 705,000. 10%, 10% for the United States 60,000. 8% for India, which is 200,000. As visible in the table, in India, 80% of the STEM graduates are all about engineering, computer science, and IT. For the US and China, those streams account for 50 to 55% of STEM graduates in a year. Also, amazingly, about 25% of STEM graduates in the US belong to biological and biomedical science compared to 15% in China. Meanwhile, the number stands at just 5% in India. This is in line with the scale of advancements for each of the nations that are reporting.
So all in all, when it comes to far as tech, the U.S. is not going to be able to compete on a global scale like we could have in the past due to our educational system not being able to be not pushing STEM. That's what this all sums it up to. Our education system is not pushing our students toward progression, and in reality, it's pulling them back towards regression. And we're going to start to see that in the next 5 to 6 years when it starts to become a problem when it comes to them need more workers in tech. But that's just my little 2 cents of it. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, support the podcast on Spotify.com. I will catch you guys on the flip side, and thank you guys for listening. Bye, guys.